Hi, I'm Don Bodan from SampleLibraryReview.com, and I'm very excited. I got a chance to speak with Greg Schlaepfer over at Orange Tree Samples. He took some time to share his challenges, inspiration, and passions for building the fantastic libraries from Orange Tree Samples. I'm very excited to speak with you. Thank you for taking some time. What do you think your favorite instrument? I know we talked a little bit. You mentioned that SLIDE Acoustic. It was one of your favorites that you gotten to work with. Could you tell me a little bit about what about that instrument got you so excited?
Well, the thing that was really cool was I sampled it and I already had the engine together from the lap steel that we sampled. And I just brought the samples in and I started playing it and I almost got to experience that instrument like already half created since the engine was already done, all the scripting and stuff like that. With other libraries, I'm spending so many countless hours just, fine-tuning the samples and the scripting and stuff like that. But to just be able to drop the samples in and then experience it as if I was a user was a pretty cool experience.
Can you tell me a little bit about your challenges and how you overcame them?
Sure, yeah. Well, the whole idea behind that engine was it's completely reusable. So I would be able to plug in other guitars with different numbers of frets, different numbers of strings. There was a lot of extra thought that had to go into making the engine flexible, where I can kind of define in the script how many strings it has, and then the engine just automatically adjusts. While there was a lot of time spent making the engine, flexible in that respect, I think it's going to pay off in the sense that I've already been able to release a ton of new guitars, just reusing that with very minimal scripting work needed. I mean, it allows me to sample guitars, plug in those samples, and be able to release something in a lot less time than it did before.
And I assume that it was a similar experience with the Modern Nylon that you just released?
Yeah, so that's the same engine. We, like I kind of hinted at earlier, we do have plans for, mandolin. Actually, we already sampled the mandolin. And so some point, in the next month or two, I should be getting that audio content. And then, yeah, definitely want to do a ukulele and other, banjo, other like non-guitar instruments that will also work in the Evolution guitar engine.
Do you gravitate towards finding a specific guitar or a specific player?
It kind of has to do with the opportunity. So like the Evolution Modern Nylon, I was approached by the engineer, and he had Michael Dowdle, who's the guitar player. So Guy Randall is the engineer at Rosewood Recording Studio. So he approached me and said, "Hey, I got this great nylon guitar player. I've had so many people emailing me saying, when are you doing a nylon?" That it was just a great opportunity. So rather than going and sampling it myself, I just said, let's run with it, and record them. Most of the time, it's just kind of by happenstance, that opportunity of getting a player.
When I was doing the review of Modern Nylon, I was really curious because at times I thought it was picked. I asked you, is it picked or is it finger style? And
right.
And that was very interesting.
It's a trick question.
Yeah.
He uses a pick on the lowest pitch strings. So like the E, A, and D, he'll be picking, and then the higher strings, he's just playing normal, finger style. But he's worked on that technique for so long that you don't really hear the tonal difference between the pick and when he's playing with his fingers. So I think that's one of the things that you were noticing, but then it's not really picked only or fingered only. It's kind of a mix.
You mentioned that you're a big fan of a specific drum library?
Yeah, XLN Audio is like, their drums really are addictive. If you listen to any of the demos on our website and you're wondering what the drum library is, it's 99%, it's going to be Addictive Drums.
You scripted for Cinesamples for a little while, didn't you?
Yeah, so a bunch of their libraries I did the scripting for. So I did Cinewinds, Cinebrass, Voxos, that was the first one. So Voxos, I actually went to the sessions with them in Seattle, and that was just really cool to be there as the scripter and be able to get ideas as I'm listening to the samples being recorded.
Is there anything else you could tell us about that you are excited to be working on or developing?
I think we have about 3 new guitar libraries that we've sampled. Something that we advertised a while back, like maybe a year or 2 ago, is a flute collection library. That's actually playable right now. I've just got to finish the interface. The last thing, we've got a really big project in the works that's in the rock category. There isn't really anything like it out there right now, so I'm really excited.
Well, that's great. That's exciting to hear. Well, I know that I'll be looking forward to seeing what that is once you can give us more details. That's exciting.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course.
Thank you so much for your time, Greg.